over the flagpole. Albert Bell took a couple of steps back and watched it go out. And
this time deep to Stewart. Will he catch it? Did he get it? He caught it. What a catch at the 13-yard line. Those guys have been unbelievable tonight.
Here he goes, Earnhardt. It's a Dale and Dale show as we come off of turn 4. You know who I'm pulling for. It's Dale Jarrett.
Can't do it. Back to Jones. They're at the top of the circle. It's a Yunt. Yunt will drive and take the shot from the baseline and scores. Vandy's gets the first 4 points.
The Catawba County area has always been known for a rich sports heritage. In an effort to recognize this tradition and the people who built it, the Commission would like to honor 4 worthy individuals who have made an indelible imprint on this area. Samuel Davis made his mark in the 1950s and 1960s. His unique approach to the game led the Panthers to 13 straight conference football championships and 5 state titles.
We did some stuff at Ridgeview that other schools wasn't doing. And one fella I know told me, if I have to trick somebody to beat them, I'm not going to do it. I said, well, if I can't beat you otherwise and I can trick you and beat you, I said, I will beat you.
And he did just that. Davis and the Panthers were unbeaten and unscored upon for 3 straight years.
We were the champs in the Northwestern Athletic Conference and champs in the state playoff. And that was the year everybody likes to talk about, because we were the untouchables. Nobody crossed our goal line.
It was a time Davis still remembers.
It just makes you feel good when you're a coach and you walk in the stadium and you look down and there's 2 or 3 of your boys on that college team. And then next thing you know, somebody walks up and speaks to you that has finished college and saying, boy, I played for you. You don't remember me, coach? Sure, I remember. Might not be able to call your name because it's been so many years, but I remember. Faces, I remember.
His name is synonymous with auto racing. Ned Jarrett, winner of 50 career Winston Cup races, is also one of NASCAR's 50 greatest drivers. Jarrett credits goal setting with much of his success.
If you don't have goals, there's nothing to look forward to, or what can you accomplish. You don't know what you can do until you set goals and go after those goals. Can you imagine that, say when Dale Jarrett won the Daytona 500 last year, that somebody would ask him at the end of the race and said, well, how'd you do that, Dale? And he said, oh, I was out there just riding around and finding the checkered flag come down. That's not the way that it works. You have to prepare yourself. Most of the time it takes other people as well. Now, many sports are individual type sports, but most involve other people. There is teamwork that has to be involved in it, and so you have to surround yourself with good people and work together to try to accomplish whatever those goals are.
Off the track, Jarrett's career continued as a race announcer for CBS and ESPN. His many accomplishments in the sport are not the only things he wants people to remember about him.
Checkered flag in the 16th Southern 500.
Well, I would like for people to remember me as a person who, first of all, was a God-loving individual, a Christian. I grew up in a Christian home and I've always been very proud of that. And to remember me as being a person that made some contribution to the community, also being a good father and a good grandfather. Those things are more meaningful to me than anything that I ever accomplished on the racetrack.
Lenore Ryan's own Hanley Painter gained recognition first as a player, then as coach, teacher, and athletic director. His illustrious career spanned 35 years, playing under the famed Coach Stasevich, working with him on the Lenoir-Rhyne National Championship football team, and later succeeding him as head coach in 1962. Painter believes support was a large part of his success.
Fan support, player support, great college, great support, city, county, people come to see you play, fill the stadium. Well, what else can you ask for? I've always said I'd rather have 10,000 people looking down the back of my neck, shouting things at me and throwing, turn back and look, nobody was there. That's when you're in trouble. So the fan support is really, really great.
Painter was chosen Conference Coach of the Year 4 times, while leading his players to numerous conference titles.
It was tough and maybe somewhat mean, but I was always fair. And I had a good rapport with my players.
Legendary coach Clarence Stasevich is perhaps best known for guiding Lenoir-Rhyne to its first and only national football championship in 1960.
Coach Stas was one of the finest coaches I've ever met in my whole life. Probably the finest coach in the NAIA, North Carolina, and probably in the United States as far as I'm concerned.
Stas, as he was called, compiled an unbelievable record of 120 wins and only 37 losses, while leading his Bears to 9 conference titles. His single-wing offense and extensive knowledge of the game were components of his success.
I got a lot from Coach Stas. He was a marvelous strategist. He's probably the best person at picking out personnel, the future personnel of any man I've ever seen. He could take a 17, 18-year-old boy and predict what he was going to be at 21. And that was the real answer. I think he had a knack of doing that better than anybody in the world that I've ever known.
Stasevich's influence still exists at Lenoir-Rhyne with an endowment fund in his honor. These 4 men represent success, hard work, sportsmanship, and dedication. They are the heroes of our past, the spirit of our present, and the inspiration for our future. We honor and congratulate the inaugural class of 2001.